Hello and welcome to Empowering Moments. It's such a joy and honor to have you tuned to us today. Trust you are doing very well and keeping safe in this pandemic. We want to take out some time to honor all the mothers. This program is specially dedicated to mothers. We just want to honor you for all that you do, for all the sacrifices that you make, for all your hard work, for all your love. We want you to know that we appreciate you and we want to say thank you for all that you do. We're talking about the spiritual mothers, we're talking about the biological mothers. If you're a mother in any fashion, we want you to know that we appreciate all that you do. So thank you for being a mother. Today, we are going to be talking about the purpose of a woman. It's good to be a woman. God made us to be woman. And when God made us, he said, we are good. So today we're going to be looking at why did God actually make us as women? See, oftentimes when we don't understand and appreciate our God-given differences, there will be conflict. If men and women do not understand why they are the way they are, don't be able to get along with each other or with any other person in a relationship. See, first of all, a woman's place is first in God. Her place is in the way he created her, in the tremendous values that he gives her, and in the purpose that he has for her. See, God is a purposeful being. He purposes, he plans, and he carries out his purpose. And the purpose of a thing determines its nature or its design. So God already knew what he wanted to do with you before he created and before he made you. Bible says that while we were yet in our mother's womb, while you were yet in your mother's womb, while you have not even seen the daylight, God had a plan for you. He ordained you for a purpose. He had a great plan for you and for your life. The purpose of a thing determines its nature or its design. In other words, the purpose that God had in mind for you determines your nature or determines the way he designed you. So in other words, the way that you are, God created you that way for a purpose to fulfill his plan for your life. And the nature of something determines its function and its needs. So in other words, the way you are, the way God fashioned you, the way God designed you, the way God made you actually determines your function. That it determines what you do, and it also determines what you need. And that is why we find that oftentimes that people that are garulas oftentimes are the best evangelists because they like talking. Extroverts also make great evangelists because they love to interact with people. They love to share with people. They love to be with people. So your nature determines what God actually wants you to do. Your nature is a pointer to God's purpose for your life. I know you've been hearing me talk about purpose, and you might ask, what is purpose? See, the purpose is the original intent of the Creator in the creation of something. It is what the Creator had in mind that causes him to fashion his product in a certain manner, and it motivates the action of the creation. God is a God of purpose. He created everything with purpose. And in order for you to discover the purpose of a thing, you need to go to the person that created it. So in other words, you need to go to the creator and not the creation to determine your purpose. So in other words, no man can tell you your purpose. They can confirm your purpose, but they cannot tell you what your purpose is. Only God can tell you what your purpose is. That is why as a woman, it's very expedient that we always seek the face of God. Seek the face of God before you do anything. Seek the face of God to know your purpose and his plan and what you want. He wants you to do. So we can only find purpose in the maker, and our maker is God. And God's purpose is the key to our fulfillment. There are two reasons God created us. One, for a relationship. God is love, and he created man so that he can share his love with someone like him. It doesn't matter who else you love. It doesn't matter how many people you love. You will not be satisfied until you love God, because there's a God vacuum in every woman. That God vacuum can only be filled with our love for God. Number two reason, for executing the plan that he designed us to carry out for him. The purpose is that he designed us to carry out on earth. So in other words, he created us, one, to have a relationship with him, two, to help execute, to be partners with him. Isn't that amazing that we can be partners with God to fulfill his great purpose on this earth? What a privilege, what an honor as a woman. God has called us, has chosen us to be able to partner with him in his creation. That's amazing. That's awesome, especially as for mothers. Can you imagine carrying that baby in your womb 9 months and bringing out a beautiful, wonderful, amazing baby, a human being, a living human being? What an honor as mothers to be able to partner with God, to be able to bring life to this earth. God created us to have dominion over the earth. He created us to rule. He created us to subdue the earth. And he created us to reflect him and his purpose, both as spiritual being as well as physical being. Adam and Eve were created for physical purpose, but also for spiritual worship. God is a spirit, the Bible says, and he looks for those that would worship him in spirit and in truth. See, men and women were created with complementary designs, and that reflects in our individual roles. The role of a man is different from that of a woman. However, our purposes are related to the overall purpose. So our roles, if we play our roles beautifully, amazingly well, it plays a part in fulfilling the overall purpose God has for us, which is to have that relationship with him and have dominion over the earth, to manifest his wisdom, his glory, and his power. Eve was supposed to be a perfect complement to Adam and not a competitor. As a woman, especially as a married woman, and I'll be talking about that in our next program, you are supposed to be a perfect complement and not a competitor to your husband. I want you to know that as a woman, you are God's idea, and God's idea is always great. You are a spiritual being, and that makes you very unique. See, a woman cannot fulfill her purpose unless she's in a relationship with God. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 8, God made Adam and Eve in the garden. The garden represents man's relationship with God. That is our place of fellowship. You cannot be the kind of woman that you're supposed to be outside of God. So choose today to be the kind of woman that God has ordained you to be. I want you to know that we're here for you. We're here to help you become that woman that God has called you to be. We're here to pray for you. We're here to guide you. We're here to coach you, to mentor you in any way that you need help. We want you to know that we're here for you. You take care of yourself. We're praying for you. We want you to know that we love you. Until our next program, stay safe. And once again, thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Bye-bye.